Oh my goodness, this is going so well so far. Hey, totally forgot to do the stream info. My bad. I still need moral support is apparently going to be the theme for such a flub. But hey, first ever crafting stream. I'm excited. I'm super excited. Yeah. So we're gonna be making, or at least trying to make Mio's hoodie from this specific outfit. Yeah, I've never made clothes before. I've fixed clothes, but never anything big scale. So this is going to be an adventure. But that being said, this is kind of what I wanted to do with this stream account in the first place. Not only do craft stuff, but personally, I want to learn skills that I've always wanted to have, such as making clothes. But also, I feel like it'd be super cool if I was capable of lowering that bar of entry for people. Whether seeing me mess up egregiously gives them the confidence, or seeing that it might not actually be that hard gives them the confidence. I just kind of want to help people get that, get that foot in the door for starting on these types of like workbench type hobbies. So that's kind of the goal of this stream. I've got a handful of other craft related things that I want to do eventually. I do want to make more clothes, more cosplays specifically maybe. I have some PC mods that I kind of have cooking in my head. It'd be really cool to learn Blender on stream, 3D print them, assemble them, and actually like post pictures of like completed PC mods, like aesthetic mods. I would like to learn how to make plushes. I know that's like insanely difficult, or at least I've been told, but that would be cool to learn how to do. There's some tech stuff I want to do. I've already started coding a couple projects actually in my free time, making like a little streamer buddy, streamer helper app, just for a bunch of notes. It's honestly nothing special. It's just got a lot of quality of life stuff that I've always wanted in notes apps, just combining kind of the best of a lot of different apps. But yeah, a lot of different things planned. That's only at the surface so far. So I guess let's get into it. Shrug. Oh, and so two things. I realized way too late that I still forgot to incorporate chat into the stream, so I am currently very dangerously using a display capture. So hopefully no mishaps happen. We'll see how that goes. I did get Streamlabs installed, or Streamlabs, sorry. Streamlabs installed and partially set up. So that hopefully will be done by next stream. I will eventually get my act together. Who knows? Second thing is I did mess with the audio a bit. I did some mic tests yesterday because I realized I know this isn't a high quality mic, but I didn't like how the mic sounded in the videos that ended up getting outputted by OBS that I put on YouTube. So I went ahead, did some mic tests. I changed a couple settings. It's mainly just the gain, but hopefully it's much better. If there's an issue with audio, just let me know. Either in chat if you're live or in the comments in YouTube. Whew, and I am terrified, I'll be real. Alright, let's get started. So, I planned on doing this stream ages ago, actually. And I did research before the original plan. I will say that there's a chance most of it's forgotten by now. Oh, and I also have background music now. It was recommended I have background music, so let me know what you think of the background music. YouTube randomly decided to start recommending me shamisen remixes. And I saw this account was pretty good, and they mentioned their stuff was copyright free, so shout out to them. I will put their name in the description for both the video on YouTube as well as in my bio. I'll have to remember to do that after the stream. I forgot to do that. Yes, and I don't know if I'll be able to pull it up quickly enough, so I'll just have to do that after. But shout out to them. They've got some pretty good music. Alright, and I guess let's get started. Let me move this over here. Okie dokie. Oh wait, no, that's not gonna work. One sec, I totally know what I'm doing. Monitor management is my middle name. There we go. Okie dokie. You know what, I'll just have to, move this over here. Okie dokie. Alright. So I guess, you know, the basic concepts of a hoodie, right? So we have the body portion. Just gonna I know it's not actually gonna cut this way, but I'm just gonna simplify it into the front and back. Like I said at the beginning, I don't know what I'm doing, so don't expect me to act like I know what I'm doing. See, I've learned that the secret to life is confidence despite the facts. Just believe that you know what you're doing, and the rest will come. The rest will come to you afterwards. Alright, so I do have a small picture of what a typical hoodie pattern looks like as well. But this is essentially going to be the front. I'm just going to do it this way so I can see the pattern of this specific hoodie design. So we've got that like angled piece that goes down to right there. I think at the back, it was hard to get like an actual picture of the back of her hoodie. I had to go to like... Do I not have a picture of that saved? Oh yeah, I do. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the merch advertisement shows it. So it looks like it's going the same direction actually, or technically opposite direction since it's the back of it. It does also look like it's going a little lower. I don't know if that's necessary or not, but I'm just gonna start with this basic pattern, and I'll tweak it a little bit. Alright, and then here we have the little... I lost my cursor. There we go. We have the decal, and then the X. Boop, boop. And then on the front we got the two paw prints. So actually, interesting things I learned about this hoodie. So I was not a Hololive fan when this hoodie came out. So I was looking back at things, and I'll be real, I'm not sure if this was just for the, what's it called? I don't know if it was originally like this, or if it was just for the re-release for it, but apparently, the zipper that goes down the middle, got like a little zipper tag here, apparently that zipper is non-functional. So one thing I actually think would be cool is to not just replicate the hoodie, but actually put in my own, I don't know if you want to call them twists or just modifications to things. There are a couple upgrades that I would like to do. Some of them, so like making that zipper actually work. Not entirely sure how I do it. I do have a couple ideas actually though. But making that zipper work, as well as I do like zipper pockets specifically, so I do want to make these zippers. Making those work would be actually super cool. So, alright, now let's try to get this mold into kind of matching what the what a hoodie typically would be shaped like. So we've got like an actual curve for the shoulders. Actually, you know what I can do? I am not a professional, but I'm going to pretend that I'm a professional. We're gonna go like that. Oh wait, no, keep it on. Ha ha ha! I am so good. Look at this. It's all about setting that bar super low so that way you're constantly impressed with yourself. Obviously. So it's normally, okay, it's not actually normally that curved down, it seems. It's gonna be more like that, it seems. And I'll probably verify this a little bit. Oh, this might actually end up being a short stream. Mainly just because I have no idea how long it's going to take to like get this together with numbers and measurements and calculate a total amount of cloth that I need. So I have no idea how long that's going to take. So this might end up being a short stream just because that went quickly. It could also be a two-part stream. Ooh, I need some water real quick. I hate how water tastes after coffee. But you gotta stay hydrated. Eventually, the taste will go away. Hopefully. Please. Alright. We've got the little sleeve holes. And then we just finished the shape here. So we're actually, technically, this part is going to be a different piece. So that's not actually part of it there. So, as well as, they're also going to be different cuts, I guess. But I think for the first one, I'm just going to make a plain hoodie, most likely. Yeah, I'll just probably make a plain hoodie without like that diagonal piece. I'll cut the zipper diagonally, but it won't be different fabric, so it won't be a different color. And we'll just see how that goes. So that way I can actually practice with the pattern a bit easier. Yeah. So I guess this is the shape for that piece, and I guess we'll do another layer real quick for the Mio specific pieces. Wow, I wish I used red for the Mio specific pieces, because that is her accent color. We'll do purple. Why not? Let's do darker purple. Boop. There we go. So this actually connects at the middle. Oh, wait, this isn't symmetrical. Let's turn this off. So that connects at the actual cross point of the neck. Where does it go down to? Nipple line? Looks like the nipple line. Yeah, I'm looking at other images too. I do also have like the actual published Mio hoodie advert images up on another screen. So I'm not just looking at what's on the screen right now for you guys. Also, I just lost my window. There we go. Can I get a bigger preview, please? Nope. Okay, that's cool. I didn't want to see anyway. Alright, so nipple line is going to match with the bottom of the sleeve portion. So that's going to match with right there. So that's the nipple line. Whether it's drawn to scale or not isn't the point. But, and I guess it's shoulder width, it looks like, as well. So, yeah, this isn't drawn super to scale. Let's go ahead and, well, her shoulders drape out a bit, which was why I kind of made it as tall as it was. Let me look at, I brought some of my hoodies to my desk. Let me look at one of those right now. Yeah, so I think I can make it, if I just show it as like wider, but not necessarily taller, I'll still get that like effect, I believe. So let's go like that. I'm not on the right layer, hold up. There we go. Let's see if this works. So make this a little shorter, but then just a hair on the wider end. There we go. Okie dokie. Back to brush. Alright, let's kill that. Okie dokie. That should hopefully work. And this is why we do multiple renditions of things. This is why we do things over and over, to learn. So I can't wait for this to not work out, and then and then I have to fix a lot. Alright, and I know the bottom half isn't necessarily drawn to scale. And let's see, the zipper is at the other part of shoulder width. Okay, so that's gonna be like right there, like right where I aimed. Alright. Oh, the bottom is a different fabric too, so that's gonna be, or it has like that split fabric. Let me make this a little faint. It's getting a little hard to work with. There we go. Alright. I've lost track of where my mind was going. Okay. So we'll also need we'll need a ring of fabric along the bottom. That's going to be our waistband. So we'll need to find out the measurements for that piece, need to find out the measurements for this front. Let's go ahead and grab the front. We won't have to duplicate the waistband because, oh wait, I guess is the waistband two different pieces? Let me look at my hoodie again. Hey kitty cat, my cat came to visit. Yep, there's a seam along the waistband as well, so that's two different pieces. So let's grab this whole thing. Copy, paste. So we have the back as well there. This hoodie pattern broke it up a little more. Oh, that's because they wanted a special thing in the front. That's fine, I can ignore that then. Alright. Alright, and I think, honestly, the back triangle actually looks pretty much the same as the front triangle from what I can tell in the like adverts. Actually, no, that's not true. It just might be how it's folded, because it seems like it goes a little past shoulder width. But thankfully, what I'm thinking is once I have a mock hoodie that fits well and that like sits right well on the body, I'll just actually on marker plan out the triangles so that one, it either matches what the pictures show or it just looks nice to me visually. So not knowing exactly where these diagonals sit, because this one does look like it reaches closer to the side. And I guess, actually, let me look at the sleeve holes on the back versus the front. The back has a deeper cut than the front, so maybe I actually need to go here, go red, and actually just not cut the front as much, maybe? Wait, am I not on the right layer? What layer is this? Oh, because it's a copy paste. Okay, let me merge. I forget the keyboard shortcut. Am I blind? Merge. There we go. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. I was about to say, I'm trying really hard not to mess up my layers because that's something I always do. So I was very surprised and upset when I thought I had the layers wrong. Alright. Yeah, it looks like, at least on this hoodie pattern, which, like I said, I don't know how accurate that's going to be. Not at all. Not at all know how accurate that's going to be. But, we'll see how it goes, and we make adjustments later. I do plan on, when I stitch this together, I'm probably not going to go full ham on stitching it with like sewing machine getting all the seams all the way. I'll probably try to find a good way to pin it so that way I can have extra fabric and then I can do temporary fastenings, and that way if I need to like let more room or something, I should be able to do that without having to literally add more fabric. I can just unfasten it. Sorry, I'm looking at images and talking at the same time. I can just unfasten it, and then kind of sleeve it out. So that's kind of the goal, though, at least. Alright, so this, let me actually label these real quick. And we're gonna, oh, that is a beautiful F and a beautiful N. I hope you guys are in awe with my penmanship. Alright, that's the front, that's the back, that's the waistband. So the sleeves and the hood is what we need. I am also hoping to, what's it called? Actually do a hand cam for fastening this stuff together. I do have a setup that's like 99% setup. The only thing I'm missing is proof that I can get a keyboard and mouse where it is. And proof that I can get a keyboard and mouse there, as well as I need to actually test it to see what comes up on screen. Personally, I don't care too much about doxing myself. I have like, what, 3 followers? I'm not super concerned. If it ever becomes a potential threat, I guess I could nuke that part of the video if it ever slips, kind of deal. But I figure I might as well keep up the facade that I'm a professional streamer. Keep trying to fool myself. You gotta double down on delusion. Holu level 6. Holu level 6 right here. Alright, you gotta commit. So I'll test it out to see what I can do. Where's the sleeves? D. Oh, you know what? That makes sense because it's not a thing. Yeah, okay. That's obvious. Alright. So let's actually, before we put that up, put the sleeve over here. Sleeve. Boop. Alright. So the sleeve shape seems to be akin to, this is also probably much bigger, but nothing is drawn to perfect scale here. We'll put measurement numbers in. I'm an engineer. I know how to draw a parts piece, a parts sheet. I forget what they're called. I don't actually do those for I don't actually make those anymore. I did those in like what, high school? Isometric angles and tolerances, pushes up glasses, nerd emoji. I do actually need to add. That's okay. I'm gonna go on a quick tangent here real quick. Let me get a sip of water. I hope the background music is actually enhancing the experience. But I mentioned this in a previous stream, but I'll probably mention a lot of things multiple times anyway. So, another thing, in addition... Oh, I don't know when I cut off. Oh no. I don't know why my mic suddenly turned off for a second. Oh well. I'm gonna do a quick tangent for a second, because I don't know what's repeated. That's gonna be a joy to re-listen to. What time marker is this actually? Like 30 minutes? 30-minute point? Alright, let me actually write that down real quick. I really hope that I wasn't muted for... Or I guess not muted. My mic was down, so I very much was set up. I didn't touch any buttons, but for some reason, I noticed the model not going up anymore. And I had to flip my mic up and then back down. I'm using just like a regular headset because I do actually have a nice mic. I just haven't gotten it out. I bought it ages ago, and I just haven't broken it out for this yet. So roughly 30 min mark. Apparently muted. I will have to check that out. But yeah, I'm very glad I have background music now, because otherwise it would have been just pure silence, and I'd feel really bad. I mean, I do feel bad that that slipped by me. Oh god, imagine if it was literally just like 30 minutes of silence. I haven't been talking this whole time. Oh god. Yes, my short little tangent. One thing I need to do for stream work, in addition to figuring out the chat window and Streamlabs and all that jazz, is I want to remake my model a bit. I don't really want to redesign it, but I mentioned this before. The software I was intending to use ended up being a bust. Not for any specific reason. It just wasn't working out. And I didn't realize the perfect way to architect this model in terms of like layers, pieces, what's actually removable kind of deal to actually make a really immersive and interactive PNG. So what I ended up doing is I just kind of last minute compressed it all down. I did try to modify it, but I tried to like shortcut modify it, and that just didn't work out, unfortunately. So I do want to remake my model a bit. I do think I have a pretty good idea on how I do that. But yeah, remake my model a bit so that way I can actually because I made different emotions. I made like 3 emotions, and I have a handful of others planned. Nerd emoji is definitely one that I want to have. That I'll have to make at some point. But it'd be cool to have a lot more of an interactive model. So, and actually that's one of the, that's why I kind of like the whole craft ideas. One thing I do want is I want like a very interactive environment here on stream, because I feel like that's what makes streams fun. When the chat actually feels I don't want to just say immersed, because I feel like that's kind of a cop-out word for it, but it's essentially immersed. Like, we're gonna pivot. Shocker that I'm a Hololive fan. I'm here making a Mio hoodie. You can find clips of this on YouTube. I forget the name of the game, but Cecilia Emmergreen, there's a game she played where the main character would... If you walk under a sign, he would get hit by the sign. And apparently that was just so enjoyable to her. She decided to rig up a sign with her model, so every time someone donoed or reacted or anything, I forget what the trigger was, it would actually hit her in the face. It's just goofy things like that I think are super cool, and I would love to do things like that. So that's the end of that tangent right there. Where was I? I just tried using my tablet stylus on a literal piece of paper. Oh boy, I need help. I need moral support. Where's my cat? Will my cat give me moral support? Nope, he's eating a piece of trash. Let me take care of that real quick. What are you doing? That is not for you. Where did you find this? Oh, you found a twist tie. Alrighty. Back to work. Huzzah. Alright. Well, I guess that's technically the sleeve shape. It's not actually very special. Her sleeves don't seem to have, other than like pattern to it, like I see on one she does have the decal again. The cat face and the X. I think it's just on the black sleeve. Yeah, it's just on the black sleeve. She does have the decal. I don't see anything else other than the like wrist one, and the wrist one actually seems to be like a tightened fit one. So you know what? This is probably going to be on the more straight edge. So that way we get that like looser feel to it, because this is where the sleeve is right here on the bottom. So it's not super visible in this image here. Let me hide chat real quick just so I can pop out an image, and I'll bring a different image on screen real quick. Actually, you know what? I wasn't planning on bringing this one out, but we'll bring this one out too. Insert as reference image. Mio. Alright, it's a reference image. I can put it here. I don't think the chat's blocking it when it's there. Alright, and then they wanted to also bring out this one, I think? What's the difference between these two? Not much. Alright, bring out this one. Yeah. I don't actually know how to do proper reference image management. I think I did it when I was making this model. That was the first time I ever used it. Let's bring chat back real quick. Okay, cool. That's not blocking anything. Alright. This one is actually kind of low res, so I kind of don't want to do this. But the reason I wanted to bring up this image in the first place is if you look at the sleeves, they're the tight sleeve waistbands, but you see it does have that like baggy sleeve feel to it. You can also see it in the character art there. Let me remove this reference image. There we go. Oh, what are these lines that are there all of a sudden? Are those gonna stay there? Nani? What if I just undo and just don't have that reference image anymore? I don't know why it made those lines. That was weird. Put this back off to the side there. Alrighty. But yeah, so it's to get that baggier look, I'm pretty sure you just need to make this part on the wider end. Don't taper it as much. So that'll let it stay like the shoulder length. But as for the waistband, or I guess the wrist waistband, I feel like if you just stitch the waistband... Oh, you know what? You stitch the waistband around the full bottom, is my guess. But you have to stretch out the waistband while you stitch it. So that way, when the natural elasticity of it kicks back in, and like once you're done stretching it, it'll revert back to its like normal length, and it should just pull everything back in. So I guess the waistband needs to just be elastic enough. And I guess ideally, so I guess this isn't the ideal size of the waistband. The ideal size is probably gonna be like maybe that much percentage wise. And we'll go ahead and measure my wrist when we go ahead and do that. That was another thing I thought about on the topic of accidental doxing. I'm like, I'm gonna be making this for my measurements at first. I am making this for a friend, but I'm not gonna make that friend stand and play model for me every single time, unless they want to. If they're watching this and they want to, sure. But I'll just make him one after the learning progress, so that way they actually get, hopefully, a quality item. So I'll be making this with my measurements. So technically, someone could figure out what I look like, at least measurement-wise. So we'll see. We'll see. It's not like I have any super unique... It's not like I'm 8 foot or anything. That's not getting leaked or anything. Totally 8 foot. Actually, lore, a little bit of lore drop. So you know how in what's the word? When people talk about I'm like eyeing my model constantly now, making sure my mic doesn't mute itself for no reason. When you hear about the Greek gods and whatnot, you do always hear about them being able to transform, change their shape and whatnot. Zeus, the arguably most powerful of all of us, can turn into animals, can turn into a literal puddle. That is a story you guys should look up if you're interested. Zeus being Zeus. Quite the story. But they can change their shape and form. Not only because he doesn't live on Olympus. I always believe that Prometheus chose not to live on Olympus because he's always pictured as someone who, loves humanity. I figured he would much rather prefer to live down on Earth with his children, with humanity, with the people he helped and fashioned. He's in my head has always, I guess, been humanity's #1 fan, to put it that way. So, in addition, or I guess off of that idea of gods being able to change their form and their shape and whatnot, I've always thought it would be, one, relative to power. In my head, Prometheus can't actually, or I guess not in my head, immersion break there, sorry. I can't I can't change my shape to anything, or at least if I change it to something outside of my expertise, it is significantly more difficult to hold and to keep. But I can change my form in terms of humanoid shape. So I can change my height, my proportions, my visual, I guess, body. I'll stay human. I can change what I look like human-wise. But it's pretty much within the realm of still looking like a person. I simply can just look like anyone I want. I thought that fit his theme. It incorporates that lessened power level bit. But it actually opens up a couple really, really interesting ideas, in my opinion. But the reason I bring this up is because since he can change his size, I'm whatever height I want. So maybe I am 8 foot, who knows? I will be making this for a normal person. So when you see normal proportions, it's because it's practice for making it for a normal proportion. I am 8 foot. Fight me. But a handful of the fun things that come up with this is I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of looking through fan art and whatnot, and people's like people's OCs, people's takes on certain things. When you take one character from one universe and then just make them in a new universe, like Cyberpunk Mario is a cool one that I saw not too long ago. As well as I'm a big fan of non-ordinary people in ordinary clothing. Big fan of casual outfits and the like, especially when they give like characters in Overwatch or Valorant and stuff like that. Instead of wearing all their tactical gear, give them casual clothes. I like that as a not base outfit thing. I prefer them to have realistic base outfits, but I do really, really like casual wear on non-casual people, I guess. Weird way to say it. So one of the things I thought would be really, really cool for Prometheus is I did play around with this. I did make a gender-bent Prometheus. I did make a female Prometheus. That was a lot of fun to draw, actually. So that's pretty much the end of that tangent. I didn't really know where I was going with that. Actually, I know where I was going. That's where I wanted to go. Just wanted to throw that out there real quick. I like how every time I tangent, I actually stand up from my desk. And I don't have enough room to pace, so I'm technically not pacing. But I am more or less, I would be pacing if I had the space I did have. Or that I would need. Alright. So we got the sleeve. I'll have to double check the curves. But the curves are something I'll probably be testing and confirming in whenever the IRL hand cam stream of putting these pieces together. So I do want to be a little more active on things like Twitter. It would be cool to post progress things in there. I was thinking about posting quips and quotes and whatnot when I actually go and purchase fabric. Also because I feel like when I do more craft stuff that isn't recreating things like the Mio hoodie, when I'm doing more custom things, one of the things I want to do is sneaker modifications. I've got a couple all white sneakers that I would love to absolutely destroy. I want to customize them. I love customization in things. I love people putting their own mark on things. There are, like I mentioned, I want to actually upgrade this hoodie. I'm not going to have Hololive written on the tag. I'm actually going to write Prometheus on the tag. This is in no way an attempt to make a fake. I am not planning to sell these. This is purely for me to learn a skill and for a friend to get a hoodie that they very much like, and for me to also get a hoodie that I very much like. In support of Mio Mama. I do plan on making other... I do want to kind of stick to clothes that I could wear in my everyday today, just for my own use. I would like to make cosplays at some point, though. Like, even non-casual cosplays. So if anyone ever has suggestions, or if there's something they want to make, but they don't know where to get started, feel free to put a comment, message me in live chat, or put a comment on a YouTube page. I do look at them. They just aren't existent at the moment. But I'll put that in the list. If it's something that I think will garner enough interest doing, then I'll probably do it on stream. If I don't think it would do well as a stream item for any reason, I plan to at least talk about it on stream. So that way whoever suggested it isn't just left in the dark. I do also have a Discord, and there is like a stream suggestions or craft suggestions type thing that I have there, but it's not fully set up, so it's not... I need to work on that as well. When I get more followers, then I'll probably kick my butt about getting it done if I haven't gotten it done by then. But at the very least, I'll bring it up at stream, so that way the person who suggested it isn't left in the dark about how to start it, if that's what their question is, or if they want like some community, not community, if they simply just want another soul to join them on whatever that crafting journey is, I would love to at least help give them a starting point. And that's kind of the point of the Discord server as well, is so people can not only talk and discuss and learn from one another, but also so that they can, they can post their progress, they can post final things, so that way it is these single person activities can be easily made into group things, into partner thing. That was another. That's one of the more selfish parts about streaming. Why I started streaming is because there's a lot of single person stuff I really want to do, but I keep putting them on the back burner or canceling because I would much rather spend time with people directly. And I'm not really going around asking my friends, hey, do you want to just hang out while I make a hoodie? That would probably work. Like, saying it out loud, I know I have friends who would 100% be down to join me in making stuff like this. But then there's also like the single player games that I would love to play. I love RPGs. There are some great games out there with amazing story. But being a single player game, I end up just, whether it's a logical decision or not, I end up just not playing them, and I would rather play Overwatch because it's with people. Even though it's Overwatch. So, I mean, occasionally I find a game like that good enough for me to solo queue, but like if I had the opportunity to play with people, I would 100% always play with people. So, I don't know. It's always just more fun when you're with other souls, which I say as I stare at my OBS stream, pretending that I am talking to people. Pretending that the voices in my head are real people. Ignoring the fact that they told me if I flush my meds down the toilet one more time that they would have to resort to stronger methods. But the voices in my head say don't worry about that, so we're just gonna not worry about that. Alright, so I've got the sleeve. back on topic. Back on topic. I've got the sleeve. Ooh, alright, we're not gonna do the hood yet because one, the hood scares me, and two, I want to talk about pockets because I know there's a way to like extend this. Oh, there we go. Down arrow. There we go. There's a way that some clothes manufacturers, I guess, stitch pockets that I really like because it gives you additional pockets. And I brought one of my jackets that's set up this way. So, say you have, I just tried to use my stylus on paper again. So this is the front of the hoodie right here, right? That's the front of the hoodie. Say you have, so you have traditional hoodie, zipper down the middle. There's the side, there's the sleeve, whatever. You have your little hoodie pocket. Well, if you look on the inside, and if they do this, the hoodie pocket will be stitched like this. It'll be like a standalone item. This will be the hole on the side for the hoodie pocket. And then you'll see this part. I don't know why that made an extra line there all of a sudden. Boop. So this will be stitched all the way around. But this will also be just like an independent item. This wall right here isn't this hoodie wall. So what you end up getting is if you stitch everything except for the top to that actual outer layer of the hoodie, then this actually becomes another opening. And then on the inside of the jacket, you have this whole thing as like a hidden extra pocket. Some places won't stitch this either, and then your pocket actually just ends up having a hole out the side. But if you stitch everything but the top, not only do you have that front side accessible pocket, but on the inside of your jacket, you have a pocket in addition. I will remember that username. I've been recommended that multiple times before. Will not remember my username. But I will say noted. I will say noted to that, good sir. But yeah, so if you do it this way, you can actually get a second pocket, which is, in my opinion, amazing. Because the more pockets, the better. Also, I just realized I still had the mirror on, Lamau. So let me get rid of that, because this... I'm probably going to need to grab all this back here as well. Because that still exists, right? Oh, I hit T, but for some reason that didn't select it. Transform. I don't know why Control T didn't do that. Yeah, okay. We'll go ahead and... There we go, now it worked. Let's just shrink... Oh, I grabbed the thing. There we go. Now we'll do that. We'll just hide this over here. Not currently relevant. Oop. Alright. Get rid of this as well. Well, welcome in. So yeah, talking about pockets. I want to make sure I stitch it that way because I like having that special little hidden pocket. What was that noise? Oh, is my cat messing with my guitar? You are messing with my guitar. I was about to say, I think someone just hit the piano key, but just randomly heard a note string out. Alright. This cut doesn't, the reference I'm looking at doesn't actually have a pocket pattern, but we're just gonna figure it out. So if the pocket is a diagonal entrance, then it's not gonna be that difficult. I'll have to ask. Oh, I guess if it has a zipper down the middle. That's kind of the annoying part though. Because if the pocket is, let's just say hypothetically, the pocket has cut here, cut here. If the zipper's all the way through, then the pocket shape at most, at complete most, assuming we use all the space given to us, the pocket space will also be separated by that zipper. So I don't know how much of a problem separated pockets are. Or not separated pockets, non-symmetrical pockets. And actually those look too front forward, actually, looking at that. So what I'm thinking is, I think we just go ahead and accept it. We do... Actually, this would probably go all the way down. We'll just stitch that in with the bottom. So, because that'll still be a sizable pocket. We could make them symmetrical and just not put a pocket under there. I think that might be best, actually. I know, like, logically, or I guess rationally, non-symmetrical pockets aren't really an issue, but I'm just kind of thinking more about the mental for it. Like, if I'm walking down the street in this hoodie, and say I already have my phone that kind of takes up, let's just assume I end up making this pocket a bit small. And let's say my phone takes up this whole pocket. Having to mentally switch from am I wearing this hoodie versus where am I wearing another hoodie to know that I have extra pocket space? I don't know. I'm a limited brain cell individual. So the more work on my part to figure things out. I don't know if that's ideal. So that'll be a decision I'll have to make. I guess we'll just start with non-symmetrical pockets. Yeah, even though we're not going to do... Yeah, let's just start with non-symmetrical pockets. And we will... if that seems to be an issue, it'll be an issue. Actually, let me keep those, and then I'll just let me do that. All right. So if the zipper is going to be something we throw in later, I don't want to have to calculate. I don't want to have to calculate the pocket sizes since they're reliant on the zipper. So what I'm actually going to do is whatever... Oh, wait. Let me go back to my red layer. Is that this one? Yeah. So whatever size this... I just realized my headset did the mute thing. Oh, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. My setup isn't great, so I don't actually have chat in the most visible place. That's my bad. Thank you for sending me a message, though. I do appreciate that. I don't know where I cut off, so hopefully the background music was keeping you good company. But I guess long story short about the pockets. I don't know if the symmetry is going to be an issue, but we'll just assume it won't be. And I'm just going to make a singular massive sheet. And whenever we throw in the zipper, we can go ahead and cut this piece wherever we want. And stitch it tight on both sides. So, I've had this headset for a couple years, and it'll go through phases of just not wanting to work, period. And then it'll have phases where it has no issues whatsoever. So this is definitely the lightest of the issues of the headset just randomly not muting anymore. And I am talking pretty much the entire time. So the fact that it shouldn't be going into inactivity. And the headset is not close to dead. Not only was it charging last night, but I have not been getting any of the warning messages that it is low battery. So, I don't know. As I mentioned, I did mention this earlier in the stream, I do have a second mic. It's the stereotypical I want to be a streamer Blue Yeti cheapo mic kind of deal. Not cheap, but definitely not triple digits. I bought it a couple years ago because I wanted to try recording music. It did not work out super well, but that's because I lack, despite being Prometheus, the god of foresight, of forethinking, I had no foresight and didn't really plan out the mic to piano setup. If I did like a clippable arm mic, it would have actually worked great. But I just looked for cheaper options and just a stand mic, like one that has like an integrated stand that only lifts it like 3 inches. Whatever your girlfriends tell you, 3 inches does not seem to be enough. But yeah, it's a solid mic. I tried incorporating it into like my everyday Discord gaming type deal, but it was just a little bit of annoyance to set up. The headset's Oof, indeed. The headset is just a lot more convenient. So I ended up just not integrating it. I used it a couple days, but I don't use it often. I'll try setting it back up. I'll run some mic tests again like I did yesterday. So we'll see how it goes. I do not know why this headset suddenly started muting even though I'm constantly talking. It'll also run through bits where like I could leave my office. It's a Bluetooth headset. I could leave my office and go like 2 rooms down and be perfectly fine. But then every now and again I'll like get into the hallway right outside my office and it will just suddenly stop working. Un momento, por favor. Alright, sorry about that. I am back. The kitty cat came to say hi. Oh, nope, he didn't want to say hi. He wanted me to follow him, but that is not going to happen. Suck it up, bud. You're strong. You'll live. I believe in you. Alrighty. So yeah, that's the deal with the pocket, at least. So I guess the only thing left is the hood. I think. We have the pocket, the front pockets. There are no back pockets. Let me get that multi-view image back, at least on my screen, real quick. Yeah, nothing on the back. The hoodie is also two-tone. Oh, I guess there's the drawstrings, but I don't really think the drawstrings are... I guess actually it's probably best to incorporate the drawstrings when I stitch the hood together. So I'll probably need to figure out the drawstrings. Yeah, that'll probably be best. I'll have to get the full length that's visible on those images. And then also add like the, I guess the circumference of the hood opening. And that should be the total drawstring length. I'll have to, it's two-tone as well, so I'll have to stitch that, but that shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, I guess it's just the hood and the drawstrings that are left. So the hood is actually what I'm a little most concerned about, just because its shape isn't obvious what it should be, at least. When you're looking at it, it's obvious, but like, if you just think about it without thinking too hard, it's not a... Because you're shifting the dimension that you're in, at least in my head. I don't know, maybe I'm doing it all wrong. Maybe my brain don't work too good, but so technically, I feel like it's because certain lines I normally don't realize are straight, but obviously when you fold closed, they end up being straight. So you have where it connects to the torso piece, connects to the shoulder. It's technically in 4 pieces. Because from my minimal research weeks ago, hoods are typically done so that they have an inner lining and an outer lining. It's not like the rest of the hoodie where the inner lining doesn't actually exist and it's just the inside of that outer lining. Hoods typically have like a layer on both and they're stitched around the end. So I do probably plan on doing that. I'm guessing it's that way for a reason. Hoods also do need to be a little stiffer, typically. I have a couple like warm weather hoodies that are like t-shirt fabric and whatnot, but honestly the hoods aren't great unless they're oversized hoods. I don't think thinner fabrics really work well for a hood. I think it's much better if they're a bit stiffer. So I'm looking at both this schematic thing that I have and my actual hoodie that I have next to me. So I guess it's just more or less like that. And it's just going to be like 4 of those pieces. 1 for each side on the outer lining, and then 1 for each side for the inner lining. Yeah. And it'll actually be much more complicated with Mio's because it's non-symmetrical two-tone. I can see why all the like cheap copies online for sale don't actually follow that angled pattern. It makes complete sense. So yeah, I don't think it's anything special there. There's where like the torso seam will be. Alright, and the drawstring, we'll have to calculate the drawstring length and give it like a little extra give here because it's not going to be just like folded up and down. It's going to actually have some roundness to it. Oh, let me put the ×4 by the actual hood. Erase. Let me big eraser. ×4. There we go. Alright. But honestly, I think that's it. I think the only thing I have left to do is to just figure out the measurements. And then, like I said, I think I'm going to eyeball that like purple angle. Let me actually add that purple angle to the hood. No, this one? Yeah. So the hood for Mio's hoodie is probably not visible on these pictures. Cancel. Yeah, no, it's only visible on the back end. Let me bring up the back picture. Yeah, there's also just not a great image of the back. So I'm not 100% sure what it looks like. I think when Mio hoodie, I'll just do Mio hoodie real quick. I think maybe the image of the one esports person wearing it. No, he had his hood down. Never mind. My guess is that the angle of the hoodie matches the angle of the angle of the hood matches the angle of the torso when it's up, most likely. So if we have, where's my cursor? There it is. So if we have the hoodie like that, and then we have the hood when it's up, so this goes like that, and it crosses at the middle. And I see it does seem to be majority black, so I think what the hood ends up doing is this angle continues. This part is colored black, because that matches with being the... Yeah, that matches with being the right side from the front. Left side from the back, right side from the front. And the right side from the front is where you see that hood is black. So I think that's what it ends up doing. And like this side is colored black. Wait, is that side colored black or am I dumb? Nope, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Both are colored black. Both left sides. Yeah, because this left side on the back is right side on the front. Right side on the front is where it's colored black. Ignore that just ended up at her boob. I did not actually mean to... I just meant to highlight that was the correct side. I was not pointing special attention there, I promise. So I think that's how the hood angle works. So it'll just follow that line. So I'll have to, I guess, technically eyeball that one as well. Yeah. Okay, I think we have all our parts at the very least. So now I just need to figure out the measurements. And yeah. So let me actually also, while I'm here, this is the pocket. This is the hood. This is the drawstring. And it's actually going to be this length times 2 because it's one on each side of the hood. Alright. Alright, yeah, let's figure out our measurements. So I have my hoodie here, and I have as part of my, like, emergency clothing repair kit, I do have a pretty nice tape measure, actually. So, hype. So, where's my tape measure go? Is it under my tablet? It is under my tablet. Alright. Alright, so let's do about... I do kind of want the... Alright, you know what? I think what would be best is if I do the real measurements of like what I expect, what like my current hoodie is, and then I do a extra give playroom measurement in a different color next to it. Yeah, let's do it that way. Let's do, wow, that is an ugly orange. There we go. That's good enough. Get some, whatever, let me just do like light blue instead, actually. Light blue. Alright. So at least on my hoodie, the wristband is 2 inches. Width-wise, or I guess that might actually be the width. So unstretched, it's about... Oh, this is in Is this centimeters? I have no idea what size this is in. I've never actually... Oh, that was centimeters. Did I do the 2 inches on 2 inches? Yeah, 2 inches I did at 2 inches. I didn't actually... I've never used a tape measure because my repairs were always like just stitching holes or putting buttons back in. I've never had to use the tape measure. So that seems to be 4 inches when flattened. So I guess technically this would be an 8-inch strip because it's folded in half. So that's that portion. So at the largest part, which is going to be where it connects to the shoulder, that's the part in the middle. At least for this hoodie, it's at 21 inches. I'll probably make the... Not only will I add myself a handful of inches just for give, or just for like room to play with, as well as I'm going to need extra surface area for temporary fastening anyway. Did I say 21 or 20? I think I said 21, but I'm just going to do measure twice, cut once, right? 21. Cool. But I also think I want the Mio hoodies to like naturally sit past your hands anyway. And this hoodie does not do that for me, so. And then the underarm where the seam is, the shortest part of it, is shorter than I thought it would be, 18 inches. I was not expecting that much of a difference, honestly. So that's 18 inches there. Okie dokie. Torso. Hopefully the audio quality isn't changing as I'm moving around my office. Measure once, cut once, just do it right the first time. My uncle probably. Your uncle sounds... I don't know how to respond to that without being mean. I have too many... I'm gonna call it trauma. Here's gonna be the lightest amount of trauma dumping real quickly. My dad's the kind to always preach the measure twice, cut once. And then I will actively see him not measure twice, mess up, and then blame the tool. So, I just got like quick PTSD from that when I read your comment about your uncle. Because he sounds like the person that, if skill issue, you know what, you're right. I mentioned before, I am a minimal brain cell individual. I forget the wording I used before. I need all the help I can get. I will second. I will measure twice. I do not mind the time. 100% willing to accept it as a skill issue. All right. Along the curve, the back of the hood, the back of the neck, I have it as 11 inches on my hoodie. So 11 inches there. And then each shoulder. And this is like seam corner to seam corner. So I'm guessing the actual, because it's like stitched tightly. So actually, what does this look like on the inside? I should probably do that. Yeah, they like stitched and cleaned all the loose ends, so they probably stitched together with more. I saw something online about how to do that, but I wasn't fully aware. Hello, buddy. Boop, 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 boop. So my shoulders are at 7 inches. This hoodie is also, like I mentioned before, I kind of want the Mio hoodie to be looser and baggier. This hoodie's, it's not snug, it's not tight, but it's definitely fitted. It is definitely not a baggy hoodie. Alright, from shoulder seam to armpit seam, the hole for the arm is, I'm going to call that 11. It's a little under 11, but I think that's just because this is like just because of where this is. Oh, it might be different. Where did I measure from the back? I measured from the back. So that is 11 inches. Is it different from the front, or is mine symmetrical? Because I know in their pattern, the shape is different. I don't know if that's enough to change the size of that line, though. I know theoretically it could, because it's a curve. More or less of a curve is more or less distance. But no, it's pretty much still 11. Yeah, that's still 11. Alright, the side seam for this hoodie is roughly 14 to the waistband and then 2 inches for the waistband. $14 and then 2. Make that a little more obvious. Alright, and then how wide is it across? Nope, almost lost my tape measure. You doing okay, kitty cat? Yeah, you're starved for attention, I bet, huh? A whole hour and a half, not even? Yeah, that must have been ages. Brat. Alright, I'm not getting it to sit well the way I have it up. Let me fix that. Because this waistband is tighter than the hoodie, so it's angling itself for that elasticity. It's like 20, 21, maybe 22. Is it the same front and back? Alright, there's the seam. There's that seam. Yeah, it's 21 pretty much both sides, so I'm just gonna mark it as 21 both sides. 21. And that's probably just like 20 for the elastic portion. Yeah, 20 for the elastic portion. Yeah, it's not that tight of a bottom. 20. Ignore the fact that I said that tight of a bottom. That is, never happened. Okay. What about the front of the hood? I'm guessing the same size. This hoodie seems to be quite symmetrical. Alright, shoulder seam is right there. And obviously, for anyone, if you're ever following along with me when I do this stuff, I know this one's not set up with a hand cam, but you can easily see the seams of a hoodie. So just grab a hoodie that you like the fit of, or at least know how you want to adjust from that fit. Looks like 14 inches. Oh, so it is bigger in the front. Okay, that's good to know. You should be able to easily see the seams. If they are harder to see, or maybe harder to get a handle of, you might want to flip it inside out. Alright, those seams are probably the same, and I measured the arms. The arms are the same front and back, or like the arm holes. Alright, so the pocket. If I'm doing the full size of that bottom and cutting as needed, I'll probably do... Actually, how high up does this one go? Because I think I like where this pocket placement is. Nine inches, roughly. That's like a 9-inch pocket. At least from the highest point, my pocket's shaped like that. So at least at this highest point, 9 inches. And then if we're doing the full length, but we'll probably want to grab extra width. This one is 21 inches. I'll probably do like 25. Actually, that's already incorporating the extra. So let's just assume we'll do the extras later. So this will be probably an extra inch each side. So 23 for this dimension. Alright, the hood. Oh, I guess the hood isn't the exact same as those since it's at like a quadrature angle. By that I mean it's not necessarily the same as these holes here, because the seam for the hood goes down the middle, so you're actually measuring that length right there. That's what I meant by calling it quadrature. So let's figure out what that is then. Alright, there's hood seam 1 along the curve, hood seam 2, 13 inches roughly. I guess it's actually 12 inches and then an inch for the, I guess, like the drawstring pocket. So I guess let me actually note the drawstring pocket as well. So if this is all one piece, because that's where the drawstring sits in, then this is 13, I should have done 12, but whatever, inches, and then 1 inch there. Also, I don't know why I did a pound sign. Inches. Alright, and the height of the hood is... accidentally twisted my measure tape and I was like, that is no way 40 inches. 16-ish inches. Looks good to me. 16 works for me. 16. And then that's going to be an eyeballed curve, not a measured thing. Alright. I think those are all the measurements I need. I guess the drawstring. Her drawstring goes all the way down to the waistband. So I guess let's measure that hood down to base of hood to waistband. Where's the center of my hoodie? There it is. Uh, 24 inches. Does that match up with other things? I guess the 14 inches, so that leaves 10 inches. 11, it's going to be the majority of the 11, but it's slightly curved. And then you have minimal of the Y dimension with the 7 inches. Yeah, I think that adds up. That should be good enough. So I guess just as like a little... Also, it's like the base of the hood, not necessarily the top of the shoulders. So let me do it like that. About 24 inches. So the drawstring is going to be as a singular piece, ignoring the fact that it's going to be two pieces. Oh wait, no, hold up, I did that wrong. This part is 24 inches. So as a full piece, ignoring the fact that it's two-tone, it's going to be 24 times 2, so 48, times the hood height, which is, or plus the hood height, so 48 plus 16, 58, 65, or 64, sorry, plus a little bit of give for the curvature of the hood. So that's going to be roughly 64 inches. Oh wait, I multiplied 2 here, but I didn't multiply 2 here. Hold up, I know math. One sec. I'll just do one side. 24 plus 16 is 40. So 40 inches one side, so that times 2 for the other side of the drawstring. So an 80-inch, 82 for the give-inch drawstring. Okie dokie. So let me add a little more length to this. So I think I said somewhere, if I remember correctly, someone just said like 3 yards of fabric. I don't remember how wide. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out what that issue is. Thank you so much, Will Not. I appreciate that. But as I was saying, I bought fabric. Me and my mother made some pillowcases not super long ago. I think when I moved into my current place. So about like a year ago, a little more than a year ago. Year and a half, maybe. 2.5 years? How long have I lived here? I don't remember. We made some pillowcases, so we didn't care too much about fabric amount and yardage. So I don't remember the specifics on how buying fabric works about the width of it, but I know the length of it is by the yard. Here in the good old US of A. So I guess let's like hyper simplify these pieces. So the front and the back are each, what, 20 by... Oh, actually, hold up. I wanted to make new dimensions for the Mio hoodie because I want it to fit differently. So the sleeve needs to be longer. So plus 6 inches there, plus 6 inches there. The wrists are probably fine. The width is probably fine. Maybe a little wider width and neck wise. So maybe like plus 3-ish inches. And this is for fit. This is ignoring the bonus or the extra fabric I'll need for making mistakes. And maybe like plus 2 inches at the base. Yeah, and it doesn't look like it by design has a snug waist, and I don't think I want it to have a snug waist. Actually, you know what? It would be ideal if I think the waistband actually... Actually, yeah, a 1-inch difference isn't bad. Let's keep the 1-inch difference, plus 2. But the length, though, I do want it to reach far lower. So if on my body 24 inches hits about there, I want to add, I don't know. It's going to what? Her crotch, I guess? Because that's like, yeah, the base of her, the crotch of her shorts is like barely visible. So I want to add like maybe 10-ish inches. 10-ish inches might be a bit much. Let's say 8 inches. Throw some elastic bands in there. Call it a day. Fair. Let's make that, let's just say roughly 8 inches. Alrighty. Pocket's a pocket. Nothing to mess with there. The hoodie I probably actually do want to make a little bigger. The 13 inches is going to be dictated a bit by however big I make the hole in the torso. But at least the height for the hoodie, I do think, at least to sit a little more like, I guess, Assassin's Creed style, where the hoodie kind of goes, not to this extent, this is obviously exaggerated, but to make it a bit roomier than my current hood is, because mine's kind of a little fitted. Probably make that height of it maybe like plus, probably only like plus an inch. I don't want to make it too big, because that's also like plus 1 inch each side. So that will ultimately end up being 2 inches. And if I'm adding 8 inches to the overall length down to the waistband, then this is actually also going to be increased by 8 times 2. Alright, yeah. Yeah, I think those are all the mods I think I would make off of my current hoodies fit. Alright, so the front and the back is what, ultimately just 2 rectangles that are, what, 23 by 32? So I'll have 2 sheets, because you'll have the hoodie front and the hoodie back, which are 23 by 32. We'll need 4 for the hood. So if I just double each dimension, so that's what, 17, so 34 by 13, so that's what, 26? Yeah, because then I should be able to fit 4 hoods on there. The sleeves would be like what? 18 plus 6, 24. Actually, we'll need it at the biggest one, so 27, and we'll need 2 sleeves. Oh, I never grabbed the width of the sleeve, actually. I just realized. Yeah, because that 8 inches is just for the wrist. So let me real quickly... Mic's still working. I'm getting real paranoid about it. Where's the blue? Blue. Oh, I put it all on the same layer. Lamau, I knew I was gonna make a mistake. Alright. Alright, so I guess its largest width is going to be the, what, circumference of the, I guess, shoulder armhole things. So if it's 11 inches both sides, then I'm assuming it will be 22. So I should still double check the sleeve. So I guess from seam to seam. Yeah, that seems to match up with what I'm seeing here. Alright, so that is 11, or I guess 22, since that's the full 22 inches. So that'll probably be fine. I probably don't need to change the fit there. So that square for 2 sleeves, 23 by 27. Did I write a 23 or 22? I wrote a 22. Why am I saying 23? 22 by 27. And I'll need 2 of those. Why am I losing my... Alright, I don't know why I keep my tablet's a little fritzy. Alright. Excuse me. So we'll have a square. So this is... Oh, so I'll need this times 2, because that's the front and the back. This is already 4 hoods. What did I say it was? 27 by 22? Yeah, 27 by 22. So that's already roughly square. So 27 by 22. And we'll need 2 of those. Alright. And total, I guess, waste material. Oh, wait, let me get the pocket as well. So we'll need 2 sheets for the pocket. 2 sheets at 23 by 9. So I guess that's really just 1 sheet at 23 by 18. Yeah, because then this will be down the middle. Pocket. Sleeve. Torso. Hood. Alright. My model is in front of the chat. I can't read. What's being worked on? I am getting the... I think I've gotten all of the dimensions that I need, at least to make a mock hoodie, ignoring the two-tone pattern. I think I've got all the dimensions I need there based off of my hoodie, which those dimensions are in blue, plus modifications, making slightly longer sleeves. 6 inches is probably a bit much, but I'll cut that short if needed. Slightly longer sleeves, slightly longer torso, wider hood hole. So I've got those dimensions. So now I'm just kind of eyeballing or doing rough math for how much fabric I need total. So I got the torso squares, 2 of them. I got a square for 4 hood layers. I've got 2 squares for the sleeves and then the pocket. And now I just need to calculate like the total waistband, wristband stuff. So that's what? 2... So if it's 2 by 22, and then we can just fit the hood, the sleeve ones there as well. So if we do it like this, ignore that terrible. So that's what, 22, 2, another one like that, 2. Oh my god, why is this? All the other ones weren't that bad. Pyrvolpine giving me performance anxiety. What the frick? Not cool. Ignore. Let me just erase this abomination of a line. Good enough. And then we'll need 2 by 8. So that's technically going to be like right there. So that's 2, and then that's like 8. Or I guess it's 8 total, so I'll have extra. Whatever. That's fine. So that'll be what? 22 by 6? 22 by 6. One of those. Alright. Alright, so I think you just cop back in. I think it's pretty much the tail end. Because I think my next step... So I have... Let me talk out loud and just kind of gauge what... Gotta plan out loud next steps for my own for my own mentality sakes. I've got a desk set up with a monitor above it that I can theoretically bring a keyboard and mouse to. I do have an HDMI cable that'll reach. I need to figure out my USB cable situation. It is a bit far, but I can just order up a... Why are you bobbing and weaving? My cat's just bobbing and weaving. Are you on Los Drogos? Or Las Drogos? I forget if it's masculine or feminine. But so I need to figure out the USB situation. But I should be able to buy a decent bit of fabric. Oh yeah, let me add this up. I guess we'll just do this in square inches and then convert it to yards. I guess that's probably going to be the easiest way to do it. Can I get a physical calculator? I don't really want to bring up a digital calculator. Where's my phone? There it is. Calculator on my phone. I don't want to deal with another item on screen. I already have so many things on screen. All right. 23 times 32 times 2, because I need 2 of those sheets. And then plus 34 times 26. Actually, let me write these individual numbers in as well. So with the times 2, this is 1472 square inches. 34 times 26, 884 square inches. 22 times 27 times 2, 1118. Oh, 1118. Oh no, 1188. I was right. I just read it wrong. I could have just erased the singular one, but I chose to make things difficult. 1188 square inches. 23 times 18, 414. 22 times 6, 132. And I'll have to make sure to pay attention to what the actual dimensions of the by the yard. Y'all are silly. Will not is not wrong though. I will have to pay attention to the yardage though, because I can't, if I need to fall these items, then I do need more than just a direct conversion of the square inches. I need to make sure that they're actually able to cut out in the pieces that I need. So 132 plus, but this will give me a rough guess on how much material I need. 1188 plus 1472 plus 884. Oh, that is a much rounder number than I expected. Equals 4090 square inches. And let me just, because I don't feel like figuring out that math on my own, square inches to square yards. 4090. Oh, I remembered it being 3 yards. We're at 3.15. So I'm guessing if I do, I don't think it's going to be that expensive material-wise, and I would like the extra room. So I think I'll maybe buy, a square yard's a lot of extra material. But I think I'll do 4.5-ish, but we're at like 3.15586 square yards. Got that stockpile Russian steel case. Oh, minimum purchase at the local fabric shop is currently 5 yards. You know what? 5 yards, not bad though. 5 yards would work pretty well. I was actually thinking 5 yards before I said 4, because I wanted at least a full extra yard. Alright, so yeah, 5 yards should be more than enough for a... You went under the blanket. Hey, buddy. Am I disrupting your nap? Alright, cool. So yeah. Alright, I did, not too long ago, am I going to do inner and outer layers, or just one layer? So my thought, because of the singular article slash... Actually, no, I didn't do a YouTube video. The singular article I looked at only had an inner layer for the hood. So I did calculate that. That's why the hood piece is split into 4. Because I'll have a half for each... I'll have 2 halves for the outer layer, and then 2 halves for the inner layer. But they didn't do an inner layer for the actual hoodie. And the idea for this is to be a summer jacket, kind of a summer hoodie, so I don't want it to be too warm. So I guess I'm planning for the rest of the hoodie to be a single layer, except for the pocket, because as I mentioned, a way to get that like second inside hidden pocket is to make a fully enclosed pocket without using the hoodie as part of the walls. So that one will need a second layer. So that's why I have 2 pockets calculated, not just 1. So I think that's well accounted for. I don't know what the minimum purchase is. It might as well be 10 yards, honestly, for all I know. I haven't bought fabric in a bit, and I definitely did not pay attention. I am giving out body dimensions. But as I said, I'm making this for the average person. I am a god who can change my shape. I'm whatever I want to be. Body dimensions don't matter. One size fits most. Hopefully this is baggy enough that it actually does fit most people. Because that is kind of the aesthetic that her hoodie does seem to have. Like, her torso, her waistline is right here. So she's got like almost an extra third of material. And her sleeves look like they probably end about here. So that's like an extra quarter of a... Actually, if the sleeve starts here, then that is, yeah, maybe an extra quarter of sleeve. And her hoodie line, I'm assuming there's a fold there. And I'm guessing I'm on a layer underneath the reference image. Wait, why can I paint on this reference image but not this one? They're reference images. Or is this one not a reference image? Oh, this one's not a reference image. Lamau, that's why. Can I don't remember how to manage reference images. Spent a lot of time on numbers that don't matter. You're gonna find in all of my crafting streams that I'm probably going to waste a lot of time on a lot of things. Who knows, I might waste 5 yards of fabric next stream. We'll figure that out together. But yeah, nah, her hoodie seems to be pretty baggy by design. So hopefully this does actually fit most, because that would be nice. That means if I ever need to make it for more people, I don't need to modify it too much. Nah, it's called a learning experience. Exactly. Like I said, at the very least, I hope to do things so poorly, it's like those ads for mobile games, where you see someone play it so badly that you're like, I can do better, and you're just filled with so much rage and determination that you grab the game that you know you'll never play again, and you install it anyway, just to prove to yourself, because obviously no one else is watching. No one else is going to watch you prove that you can play better than the advertisement is. If I can craft so poorly that someone out there gets just as fueled with rage and determination to prove better than me, then you know what? I'll take that as a win. That is inspiration nonetheless. I will take that. Thank you, thank you. Alright, well, it's just about 12, so honestly, this wasn't a super short stream. I was worried it was going to be a little too short. At least when I play Fire Emblem, which is every now and again, but I'll probably take a break. I'll probably do Fire Emblem if I don't manage to get the hand cam set up in time, because I do want to get better about streaming on schedule every Saturday. I've been flubbing that a little bit. As well as I've been flubbing messaging on Twitter. If you search Prometheus_TM, you can find me on Twitter. I'm going to try to be better about giving people a heads up whether my stream's going to be crafting, or if my stream's going to be Fire Emblem, or if it's going to be anything else. So if I don't get this hand cam set up in time, my plan is to just stream Fire Emblem in place. But hopefully I can get everything set up. It's been a little wacky lately regarding some family stuff, which is why I had to cancel last Saturday's stream. But it's all good. It's all good. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I tried doing the Twitch raid the other day. While I bring stuff up, I'm gonna mute chat temporarily. Not mute it, but hide it from view, since it's. If you didn't catch, chat is actually just a display capture because I didn't set up Streamlabs yet. So it's very dangerous what might pop up there. But I tried setting up the... Not setting up. I tried doing the raid last time, but I wasn't super prepped for it. And because this is not my normal account, I wasn't sure who was live. So let me see. There are a handful of people I personally follow. There is one person who does crafting stuff. If they are currently doing a cosplay crafting stream, then I think that would actually be super dope to stream to. Who's currently streaming? Not many people, which is not surprising. I picked 10 a.m. because it's kind of a little point. Alright, let's just see who's live then. Browse. I could also just raid into... Oh, no, I can't raid into Bob Ross. I tried that before. What was the message, though? I think it was something about, like, account age. So I might not be able to raid anyway. But I would like to raid. Let's look at creative. We're in a creative mood today, right? Oh! Alright, let's stick on the theme of fans of Hololive. There is someone. I'm watching Gumball while drawing. Oh, probably watching Gumball. But I see Herb. I see Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame, ha 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 ha, on screen right here. Oh, actually, it looks like they might just be ending just now. This art looks really, really good. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and raid this person. Little Miss Tina. Be kind. Actually, let's check out. Maybe he's not ending. Let's see if the herb person is. Oh, no, I think we're good. I'll go ahead and raid them. How do I raid? I don't remember. I do it in my chat, right? I'm pretty sure. Alright, let me hide chat again. And let me bring chat to a usable monitor. Alright, be patient, please. Thank you. I love you all. Raid. Yes. And the channel is Whack-a-roni. Oh, hey, we're going. Alright, be kind, be nice. I don't have a raid message planned. Make it lovely, lovely. Make it lovely to see you, lovely. Let's go.